love stories. Hey guys, welcome back to Love Stories. I'm your host, Cheri Smith, Blue Heart Music, and this is a place where you just might learn a little bit about love while being entertained. So today's topic, we are going to talk about the top 5 signs that you are dating a narcissist. And as a little side note, my husband told me that he wants to be sure to watch this video when I'm done, just to make sure that he's not dating a narcissist. He wanted to find out about that. So we like to laugh. That's one of the fun things about our relationship. I think our biggest strength. We both like to laugh, so we do a lot of silly things like that. Or is he dating a narcissist? I don't think so. Anyway, so as you may have suspected, I did date someone in my past who was a narcissist, and it was a really, I would say, pretty terrible and frustrating experience. So I do not recommend dating a narcissist. But let's get started with number 5. The number 5 sign that you are dating a narcissist is if they won't make a commitment. For example, in my situation, I dated this guy on and off for like a year, and he always like kind of spread out when we could see each other. So it wasn't like super frequent, but he would just like string me along, never called me girlfriend or significant other, didn't have any interest in meeting my friends or family. You know, it was always just like whatever he was interested in or whatever he wanted to do. And usually I would have to go over to his place, and things were just kind of all about him. And, you know, he didn't want to make any sort of commitment. So if you're finding that the person you're with is very non-committal, there can be a few reasons for that, but one of them might be that you are dating a narcissist. Okay, number 4 sign that you are dating a narcissist is if they have a very heightened sense of self-importance. You know, they think that they're so attractive, or their job is so great, or their life is so great. So in my situation, for example, this guy that I dated that was a narcissist, he was always talking about how great his job was. He was a firefighter, and, you know, sure, great job, but he would always make comments, oh, you should try to be a firefighter, to me, which, you know, noble profession again, but it wasn't something I was interested in pursuing. And also I had a professional career as a physical therapist. You know, he would like not reference the fact that I had worked very hard to get to that position, but instead he was always like, oh, you should try to do what I'm doing, you know, essentially saying your job is lame and my job is so awesome. So he would kind of like, it was kind of a bit of a put down, or just like, you know, just a very strange thing to say to someone, that, oh, you should try to do my job, you know. All right, number 3, let's move on to number 3. Number 3 sign that you are dating a narcissist is if they're very thoughtless. For example, they might stand you up, they might just not be dependable, maybe they put you down, you know, in subtle or obvious ways. Like that narcissist that I dated, he actually stood me up a couple times, and like toward the end, when I was just like finally realized, what am I doing? You know, this guy's terrible for me. But he was thoughtless about a lot of things along the way, and I just always kind of ignored that red flag. If you are dating someone who is very thoughtless about things, you may be dating a narcissist. Okay, number 2 sign that you are dating a narcissist is if the person comes on really strong at the beginning, like they really sweep you off your feet, you know, really charm you and make you feel good. They're very romantic. For example, the person that I dated that was the narcissist, he would say things very early on, just kind of borderline a strange thing to say when you're early in a relationship. He would say things like, you know, if we have a baby, do you want to have a boy or a girl first? And I was like, because he wasn't even calling me his girlfriend. Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, like, strange question. And then, like, another example, one time he said, what color eyes do you think our baby would have? And I was like, ah. But also, we both have blue eyes. So I was like, well, you know, the way genetics works, when two people with blue eyes have a baby, the baby's going to have blue eyes unless there's some genetic aberration. So I was like, well, you know, I explained that. I'm like, well, the baby would have blue eyes because we both have blue eyes. But I was like, why are you talking to me about this? Because you're not even calling me your girlfriend, you know, just a strange thing. And then he starts gaslighting me about my eye color, saying they look more greenish or something. You probably can't tell because the lighting I have in here is really bad, but you know, I'll improve on that someday. But I was just like, yeah, I have blue eyes. I do not have green eyes. Like, it's not even a question. So, yeah, that was strange. But anyway, so the number 2 sign that you are dating a narcissist, or that you might be, is if they come on really strong in the beginning and they're just like overly romantic, kind of sweep you off your feet. All right, we're down to number 1. The number 1 sign that you might be dating a narcissist is if they make things up that paint you in a bad light and paint them in a good light. So, for example, the narcissist that I dated, one time we both fell asleep while watching a movie, and then I woke up and he woke up about the same time, and we were turned toward each other. So I wake up, I kind of open my eyes, and I'm like, you know, just barely like waking up, and he wakes up and sees me like looking in his direction, and he's like, oh, you're staring at me while I'm sleeping. That's so creepy. I was like, I was not staring at you. You know, I just woke up. You know, I just opened my eyes, and then like, you know, half a second later, he opened his eyes. So it's just like, we just woke up at the same time. Or, you know, I woke up like a half second before you did. I was not staring at you in your sleep. I just woke up. But then he proceeds to tell other people, like over the next couple months, you know, he was like, oh yeah, this one time I woke up and she was staring at me. Like, he would tell other people that. And I'm like, you know, I would have to defend myself because he made me sound like a psycho, yeah, or that I was like obsessed with him or something. I would say like, you know, that's not true. I had just woken up. Like, I had just opened my eyes. I wasn't sitting there staring at him. So that was awfully frustrating. And then the other example I have is he gave me this picture of him as a kid. And, you know, as we'd been dating for a while, and then I finally was kind of like waking up that this wasn't a healthy relationship, and, you know, I didn't want to continue. So he had given me this picture, and I thought, you know, things are winding down. I'm not going to see him that many more times. So I thought it would be really funny just to write a little note on the back and hide it. And so next time I was at his house, I stuck it under another thing that he had, like a piece of paper that was on his refrigerator that had a magnet on it. So I like stuck it under there so you couldn't see it. I thought, you know, this will be really funny. He'll find it years down the road or whatever and just be like, what? How did this get here? But instead he finds it like, I don't know, like a week or 2 later or something. He's like, I found that picture that you put on the refrigerator. And I was like, oh, haha, that's pretty funny. And he's like, so did you break into my house? Like, what? Seriously? Like, you seriously think I would break into your house to put a picture in there? Like, you think I'm some kind of psycho? And he would tell people things like that. Like, that one he didn't say when I was around, but I also didn't see him much after that. But I can't believe he even like would ask me if I broke into his house to hide a picture in there. I mean, come on. I was like, no, I did not break into your house. You know, I was like, I put that here, you know, a few weeks ago or whenever I was there before. I was like, I put that there because I thought it'd be funny. What an awful person he was. But anyway, so the number 1 sign you might be dating a narcissist is if they make things up to make you look bad and them look good. Okay, well, I hope that you have learned some lessons here that help you decide that it's really not great to date a narcissist. I would recommend leaving that relationship if you can, because relationships are not very satisfying with narcissists. They just kind of feel like a big waste of time in the end, and they're never emotionally fulfilling. So just to kind of recap the signs, if you're dating a narcissist, so like if they won't make a commitment, they don't want to call you girlfriend, boyfriend, don't want to meet your friends and family or hang out with them. If they have a high level of self-importance, they think their job or they just think they're so perfect and great. If they're thoughtless about things, like they stand you up, they're not dependable, kind of mean. If they come on really strong, especially in the beginning, and like ask you inappropriate questions about your future when they're not even calling you their significant other yet. If they just sweep you off your feet and they're like over the top romantic early on, watch out for that. And then also remember the worst thing, well, at least in my experience, the worst thing to watch out for is if they make up things about you that make you look really bad and them look really great. You don't want somebody you're dating to like make you look like a psycho. That's just weird. So yeah, just break up with that person, you don't want to waste your time. So what do you think? Did I miss anything? Are there any big signs that you're dating a narcissist that I should have mentioned? Or are you dating somebody that's a narcissist and you would like to share your experience? Well, please feel free to drop those comments down below, because I always love to hear other people's stories. So please feel free to share. And let's hear the deets. All right, that's it for love stories today. Thanks so much for watching. And remember that you can catch new episodes Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I hope that you will take a little moment to like, subscribe, and remember, I am working on that goal, so please subscribe. All right, share with your friends, and most importantly, I want you to know that you are loved. All right, thanks again for watching Love Stories. I'm Cheri Smith, Blue Heart Music, and I will catch you next time.